Hello again, this is Justin here at the REI Denver Flagship store, talking about climbing 14ers, the gear that we use to do that, and some tips on choosing the right gear. And we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects, footwear. Footwear to me is one of the most important pieces of gear outside of the 10 essentials that you can actually get, because you keep your feet happy, the rest of your body's happy. Too many times we see people, they're buying shoes too small, they're losing toenails on these trails, and it's a simple fix by getting a proper fit at your local gear shop, going in, finding out what kind of shoes. They all fit different types of feet, so what may fit me might not fit you. So reading those footwear reviews is tough sometimes, because you really need to get out and try these shoes and see how they fit. So we're going to talk a little bit about some socks, then talk a little bit about 3 different styles of shoes you can use on a 14er, how to care for your feet, and then some add-ons that will really help you with your back, your gear you're carrying, and like I said, your feet, to give you a more enjoyable and safe time out on the trail. So we'll start first with socks. As we talk about all the time, you don't want to wear cotton socks. I like a merino wool sock, or if you're allergic to merino wool, there is synthetic materials out there, but this is the sock that I use. I like something with a little bit of cushion. If I'm carrying a little heavier load too, it kind of helps. I use this all year round. Just because it's merino wool does not mean you can't wear it in the summertime. I am a huge fan of merino wool socks because they will wick and spread out moisture to dry quick. They help with blisters, they help with odor control. I could wash these in a stream if I need to, or not a stream, but anywhere, throw some water on them. They'll dry quickly, so if I'm doing an overnight trip, I'll bring 2 pairs with me, but for most of your day trips on 14ers, grab a good pair of socks. Certain brands will take care of you too if you do get holes in them, so just find the ones that fit you the best and stay away from those cotton socks. Moving on to shoes, 3 types of footwear systems that we have here. We have your trail runners, we have your approach shoes, and your traditional hiking, backpacking boots. We're going to start over here on these backpacking boots. This is kind of what most people are used to. A little heavy, but not as heavy as your traditional full grain leather style boots. This is more of a newer technology, still has a lot of support to it. What's nice about this is this actually helps protect you from that loose rock. This will give you the support that you need overall. What's really important when choosing footwear is not understanding, really, just because it's over your ankle doesn't mean it gives you full support. If you picture a house, this is your roof, this is your foundation. For that roof to work properly, you need a solid foundation. Otherwise, this is useless. If I can flex this boot, that's not giving you any support. If you're hiking in your sneakers and your running shoes that aren't made for trail, not safe, especially if you're getting on that loose rock. You want support, you don't want to twist an ankle. You don't have to have the heaviest boot ever, but as long as it's got some good tread on it, good grip on that rock, and gives you support, that's going to really help you and help prevent injury. But number one thing is getting a proper fit. Most people buy their shoes too small. You want to have about a thumb's width from the end of your toe to the front. Most people buy them too short, and as you're going downhill, you're going to smack your toe, lose that toenail. Sandal season's going to come up. You're not going to have fun. You're going to have black and blues all over your feet. So definitely make sure to properly get fit on your shoes, no matter what system you go with. So that's your traditional backpacking boot, hiking boot. Works great, especially on a little more of the advanced 14ers, where you really need that good support. We're going to move to the other end of the spectrum. This is your trail runner. So these shoes are designed for running on trail. A lot of people use them for training. They have really good grip on here. What's nice about these is how light they are, but you're still getting a lot of that support. So what's really nice is you want to do quick, light ascents, something where you don't need to be carrying a big, heavy boot. A trail runner is a really good option for you. You're still going to get that good grip and get the support on most of them. Just again, make sure it's a proper fit for you and you're feeling good. Also keep in mind on those lows, you could get a lot of that loose rock in there, so those super light gaiters might be a good option in a lower shoe. Final shoe, this is called an approach shoe. What this does really well, it kind of crosses over between a rock climbing shoe and a hiking shoe. The rubber on this is a very tacky rubber. It's really nice if you're getting on those class 3s and class 4s for scrambling. It's going to give you a little bit more stickiness to that. Really helps with it. The negatives on something like this is they're not designed to be on a lot of regular rock and gravel, so they might wear down a little bit quicker. But if you're somebody who's getting out on those class 3s, class 4s, this is definitely good. This one specifically is very supportive. There are lighter options. Some people might hike in their trail runner and then bring a super light approach shoe for those class 4s up top. So another good option, but again, we are looking to get that thumbs width for when we hike to make sure we're not losing toenails. So get a proper fit. All of these will fit different feet, so make sure you are getting an appropriate fit from your local gear shop. Number one most important thing you can do when it comes to footwear. Again, keep your feet happy, the rest of your body should be happy. Another thing we look at that's really important that people kind of overlook on these is the inserts. It does matter. A lot of people don't think it does, but when you're getting an insert like this, that's not doing your body justice. So your feet are going to be there moving around. You're putting a lot of mileage, especially on those longer hikes. So some people get fit for something like an aftermarket insert, gives you a little cushion, but really stabilizes your foot. I'm a huge advocate for these. I actually don't hike without some sort of insert, but that depends on what's good for you. But trying out different systems, getting a good fit, and then getting a good break-in period for your shoe. Especially when you get into your stiffer stuff, don't just go out and go climb Grays and Tories on this tomorrow. You're not gonna have a good time. So you wanna make sure you get a good fit and then break them in. Wear them around the house for a couple days. Let them mold to your feet. Then do a couple shorter hikes. Make sure it is the right shoe for you. Then you can go off on your 14ers where you're gonna be carrying a little more weight, getting on that rock, but making sure you're feeling good. So a lot of times I like to pre-treat my feet with something like Body Glide. There's other types of brands out there too, but helping prevent those blisters that may happen is very important. A lot of people get them along like the toes and the inside of the toes or the heel. So by putting this before you get on your hike, it's really gonna help a lot. If you feel like a blister is coming, stop on the trail, take a look at your feet, put some moleskin or some sort of tape over them. Making sure that your feet are happy on the trail is really important. Take that time to really stop, relace your laces if you need to. Don't just deal through the pain, prevent the pain. So really important to keep your feet happy so you can continue logging those miles, getting up on those 14ers, being safe and having a good time.